Are you ready to time travel? We're going to befriend our future older selves. Let's imagine our future older selves. When you visualize your future older self, who and what do you see? How do you feel? Where are you? How much older are you than you are at present? How far into your deep old age are you able to travel? What are your hopes for your future older self, and what are your fears? How will you live fully in your older body, whatever state your older body happens to be in? How will you live fully with your older mind, whatever state your older mind happens to be in? What new things is your future older self learning and experiencing and contributing? If you invited your future older self over for a cup of tea or a glass of wine or for a play date, what would the two of you talk about? How would the two of you spend your time together? Though I've been a part-time faculty member in the Gerontology program only for a year, my relationship with the program, and more importantly with its director, Jan Abu-Shakra, spans almost 20 years. In my prior incarnation as founder and director of Gerontology at Marylhurst University, Jan and I partnered to develop our programs and co-advise PCC students so that they might seamlessly transfer to Marylhurst or another four-year program and beyond to continue their gerontology education. Over these many years, we have collaborated on many projects that connect to the age equity and inclusion work we are doing now as part of our End Ageism campaign. Thank you to those of you who participated in and supported our efforts during the last academic year, and stay tuned for more. And Jan, let me just say how grateful I am to be part of your program. Yeah. It was my secret hope all along. Yeah. Currently, I teach 3 online courses: Psychology of Adult Development and Aging, Supporting End of Life, and this fall, a brand new course on ageism. I want to just talk very briefly about the Adult Development and Aging course, and that's where students engage with their future older selves. So we've spent the first few weeks of this online course co-creating our learning community, which is really exciting given the amazing diversity of students who take this course, and I'm sure they're like the students who take your courses. At the same time, we are exploring the central perspectives and research on the main domains in which development and aging unfolds in adulthood, as well as the developmental forces and the social contexts which shape how individuals move through adulthood and into later life. In week 3, students conduct mini interviews with persons in different stages of adulthood about their lived experiences. In week 5, students engage in a critical analysis of media, considering the ways in which aging and older adults are portrayed. So for the first few weeks, our learning is very much focused outward on others' experiences and on the social construction of adult development and aging. And then, in week 6, I ask students to turn their focus from the outside to the inside, to consider themselves as persons who are engaged right now in real time in the ongoing process of developing and, more importantly, in aging. I invite them to get to know their future older selves as a way to connect more deeply with the course material, certainly, but as well as with who they might become as they grow older. So I want to share just a few of the many amazing insights that students shared when they did their future older self practice. A political activist in the transgender community wrote, "I didn't even know what I didn't know. I knew very little about aging, harbored some stereotypes, and was deeply disinterested in aging and older adults. This experience has animated the second half of the life course for me and I feel more connected to my own aging process. The youngest person among us, and the first person in her family to ever attend college, shared, "I was able to really think about what I want and how I can get to the person I see in the future. There are things that I'm going to have to do in the present to get to that safe space that I dreamed of. I am not so afraid of the future or of growing old because everybody's doing it." Literally. A first-generation Korean-American woman shared, "The most overwhelming thing I feel is that if my future self were to talk to me, she would tell me that everything is going to be okay no matter what because we are strong." And lastly, and quite poignantly, one future older self told their current midlife self, "It's okay, sweetie, I promise." I like that one the best. I believe the creative process of discovering and befriending our future older selves offers a powerful passage into a deeper experience of our own unfolding as we travel through the life course. We can discover our ambivalence and our confusion, the limiting ideas and attitudes we hold about aging and old age, and how mindset shapes experience. Roger. Thank you for that. Engaging in this practice can help us to become more present and kind to ourselves and to others, and perhaps will inspire us to know more and to do better. This process isn't easy. It triggers discomfort and disorientation. It is strange and even scary, but it can also be incredibly liberating and exciting. We are time travelers. We live simultaneously in the past, the future, and the present. We are a particular age, and we're all ages, and we are no age all at once. Aging is an emergent, wild, and lifelong process. Let's embrace this adventure. Thank you.